Hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the great outdoors in New Hampshire. I can show you just a little bit around here. The view from my brother's home. If you can see it, I guess. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I'm feeling very relaxed. I'm going to show you a couple pictures that I took of the property here. And first is a picture of the house, and you can see how everything is blooming right now, all of the bushes and trees. But the other is a couple of pictures of stone walls that are on their property. And of course, it's New England, the stones, it's a granite state, and the stone walls go back hundreds of years, some of them. And so I just wanted to spend a minute talking about those. We often talk about the walls inside us and needing to break through walls in order to connect with other people or with God or to get to know ourselves better, right? And sometimes we forget that walls are there to protect us, and we think that they're automatically bad. It's bad to have walls. Well, it's not. It's not. They protect us. They keep us safe from the elements, the walls to our homes. And yet there are those walls that get built up by these individual boulders or stones or some sort of outcroppings. And when they get piled on top of each other, when we don't address what those issues are, that's when we end up with these unhealthy walls that they just build up, and then we have to walk around them or drive around them, or we have to disassemble them. That's the best thing. Clear them out of the way. Or reposition them. Maybe this is a good boundary to have, but not around this issue. Should be on something else. And so I just wanted to kind of raise the issue of walls to you. As you think about walls in your life, either that you've constructed or other people have constructed with you, or for you, or forced upon you. The thing about these stone walls is that things can grow up between them. And they can become a beautiful part of the landscape. And I think the same is true for walls in our own lives. Other things can be nurtured around them. They are not impenetrable as we once thought they were. I think the older we get, the more penetrable the walls become when we want them to. If I were to move some of those huge boulders, which would take a lot of effort, we would be left with an indentation in the ground where the stone had been, where dirt and silt and everything had piled up around it. And if left to its own devices, if left to Mother Nature, it could take years for those to fill in and become unrecognizable as boulder divots or stone indentations. The same is true for the walls in our lives and the things that we construct them with. So we not only have to, if we are deconstructing a wall or an outcropping in some place, it may not be a full wall yet, it might just be a barrier of some sort, something that you're going to trip over as you go forward, or something you have to walk around, or something you have to climb over, or some sort of hurdle. But if we're going to disassemble those, we also have to fill in where they were. And all of that is work for God. God can help us fill in those indentations, those hurts. Maybe we'll find other people to help us supplant the hurt with, love or healing. Maybe it's just prayer and relaxing into God, or looking at those differently. Maybe you always saw it as some sort of wall that kept you from someone, but you can reframe it in your thinking and say, thank you for being there to protect me at different times. I learned a long time ago from a therapist, a friend of mine, that our defenses are meant to defend us until all of a sudden they kill us. So, I just wanted to kind of get us thinking about walls. I don't know if you can see them, but it's the beginning of black fly season here. So the little gnats are around, and they're not quite the black flies yet, but that'll be the next stage. Hopefully I'll be home by then. But anyway, just a thought for today. To get us back in the swing of things with Prayerful Pause with the Pastor. Thank you for joining me for this time to think of something greater than ourselves. In this case, how do we talk about, recognize, think about, analyze our walls and evaluate if we still need them? And if we don't, how can we modify them or get rid of them? And where is God in that process? And there's a lot of work for most of us to do, because living in this world as spiritual beings, being forced to live in the physical world, I think there are a lot of obstructions that come to us. And as I say, they save our lives at different times until all of a sudden they don't. Thank you for joining me for the Prayerful Pause with the Pastor. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hope to get back into the routine of Monday through Friday, posting something, maybe not by 9 o'clock, but by 10 o'clock most days. And invite you to invite your friends. And thank you for understanding why I took a couple of weeks off. I'd been doing this 5 days a week for the last 13 months. I think it was maybe 14 now. And it was a joy to just be able to rest and relax. And thank you for your prayers while I've been away. It's good to be back. All right. See you next time. Bye for now. God bless.